People are so stupid. They're so confused. There's an invisible thing that wants to kill you. Ooh, I'm scared. Save me. And let's argue about the science of it. What science? What the fuck are you talking about? You can convince a dog in a million years that there's an invisible thing that wants to kill him. It's a dog. That means the dog's smarter than you. He doesn't care about your science. He doesn't give a fuck about all your bullshit because it is bullshit. And here you are, a whole world, dumb. Where that weakness comes from? It's a mental weakness. It's a physiological weakness. It's a nervous system weakness. It's just weakness. Dumb. Well, where'd that come from? Well, I come from mommy and daddy. Weak sperm, weak ovum. Weak. Well, that's what weak sex, weak sexuality, weak sexual potency, weak sexual creativity generates. Weakness. I don't want to disrespect nobody. It's just to say, well, that's what the result is. You want to argue? I'm like, just look at the world around us and explain it to me. Try to keep in mind that human beings are like plants. You have a seed and you have the earth. You have the ovum, which is the representative of earth. So this is a weak plant. You know how a weak plant is because it's rotten, or doesn't grow tall, or its leaves turn yellow for no reason. So look at how the weak human plant is. It's so stupid. Everything tricks it. It has no roots. It has no foundation. It has no sense of reality. It has no sense of life. It has no sense, and it lives off on a telephone. And it thinks that that's reality. Well, what kind of creature thinks that something so absurd is reality? Unless it's weak. Like I've been in those shoes, so it's not. I'm judging this and saying I'm better. I'm like, no. I've been this. Not the new version, the lesser version from before, but it's the equivalent. It's as stupid just a couple of generations before. I've been that. I'm like, what kind of moron thinks that this is interesting? Well, that's what I told you when we talk about the weed. You're numb. You're so stupid. You're so numb. You're just looking for mind-numbing activities. Yeah, but that's weakness. It's literally weakness. I don't think you understand. You need that drug because you're weak and you can't deal with life and reality. Because reality and life are fucking intense. It is so intense and there are so many variables that your average person cannot cope with it. And I understand and I respect that. And my job as a doctor, as a medicine man, is to help people reclaim their strongness. So it's not a judgment, but this is a reality. I'm not shy to diagnose facts. I'm like, whoa, humanity is so weak that it's afraid of an invisible thing that doesn't exist and believes a bogus story that tries to pretend and to justify its existence. Like you don't even understand nature enough to understand that that's not how nature operates. And you won't have to geek out on Joe Rogan talking about bullshit about psychopaths I'm like blah 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 blah. You're a fucking idiot. That's why you're listening to all this fucking rubbish, because you're an idiot. It's not you're a cultivated, intelligent person. No, you're a moron. What are you talking about? The dog knows better than you. You know, like giraffes. The giraffe knows better than you. The giraffe will look at you. Have you ever seen a camel? I come from a place where there's camels, right? It's got a particular way to chew thing. I don't know how to really emulate it, but it's got a very particular face, the fucking camel. Look at the camel and talk to it. Talk to the fucking camel. Stop thinking the camel is stupid and talk to him. Hey, yo, camel. There's a thing that came from China, and it's invading and killing you, and the only way to save you, and then it's going to do like this. It's just going to turn its head because you're a fucking moron. It's not interested in you because you're an idiot. Blah, 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 blah. The camel knows better than you. So anyways, the point is, that's why people don't like honesty, because when you're honest, you have to state facts. And the way I kind of bring state facts, we bring them to the genes, to the sperm, to the ovum, to generations, and like it's weakness. Breeding weakness, one generation after the next. So I've studied this. I've studied this not only theoretically, I've studied this in the concrete. I've met thousands of patients. Not only that, I use my hands to work on people's bodies. So I've touched the weakness and I fix the weakness. So I'm telling you my personal experience. If you feel offended, I apologize. It's not my goal to offend you, but you got to wake the fuck up, dude. So that's the result of distressed, diseased humans, and diseased humans have diseased, distressed sexuality. And this is not an insult. Everybody's tense. Nobody knows anything besides tension. This is the norm. Okay, but tension literally blocks the life force. Tension, if you don't understand the life force because it's too deep, tension literally blocks your arteries, your veins, your lymphatic system, and it hampers your nervous system, which are its wiring. Nervous system, wiring. Like electric shit in your house. Artery system, wiring like plumbing. Venous system, wiring like plumbing. Lymphatic system, it's a mix of both. This is real stuff. Your tensions, the tensions in your body, most of which you don't even know exist, but you can feel them when you have all your aches and pains. It literally jams shit. It's literally jammed. And this is how you live. And it's been going on like this for generations upon generations upon generations. And the only reason the species survives is due to compensation. That means the tension didn't go away. It means the system found a way to survive by compensating, by aggrandizing something and compensating the weakness of something else. So that aggrandization may look like it's strong. It's not necessarily strong. Its foundation is still rotten. But it looks strong. It can behave strong like a barking dog may intimidate, but maybe the barking dog's scared as fuck. So this is what's passing from one generation to the next. This is why humans are becoming more and more sick and are wanting to live in a fucking metaverse and buying NFTs. I don't even want to get into that, man. It's so sad. It's ridiculous. Now, I know that we can look at anything and everything from every angle. Yeah, from a point of view, an NFT is cool, and NFT is code, and how could you just type code? And I've studied in computer programming, so you know that I have that sense. I'm like, I know what code is because I fucking coded, right? And then you can, from a code, make something appear out of nowhere. Yeah, that's great. That's geek shit, and it's cool from a point of view. But if you zoom out from 1 meter, it's dumb as fuck. It's so stupid. It's ridiculous. It's empty. So this is the world we live in. So clearly this is a sign of disease and distress at the nth degree. What else can, like you're collecting nothing. At least I had hockey cards. Which is stupid as fuck. O-Pee-Chee, Panini, Upper Deck. At least there was a card. It was so stupid. Now you don't even have a card. You don't have fuck all. It's like the next level of stupidity. So this is not a debate on NFTs. I don't give a fuck about NFTs. I'm just saying, look at the world where we're heading. So clearly there's something wrong. Well, if that's not disease, and if these people who are lost in this are not disease, so when they reproduce, what kind of sex do you think they have? You gotta stop and think about that for 2 seconds. What kind of sex do you think that person is having? Well, whatever kind of sex he's having with whatever kind of version of a girl that he's finding is going to create whatever version of the next generation of that. So with all due respect, I wouldn't want to be incarnated in that body. That's my 2 cents on this, and that's how I'll end that little flow.